Welcome to Self-Love Ignited. My name is Katie Allen. I'm a certified health and life coach, and we are here to talk all things self-love, self-acceptance, body image, health, and total well-being. You are going to hear from me, plus you'll hear the stories of other women who have transformed this already. They have walked this path, and they have really learned how to love and embrace all parts of themselves. We are here to help you be inspired, motivated, and to help you really transform your relationship with yourself to be a loving and positive force each and every day. This is so important so that you can really reach your big dreams, feel at home in your skin, be healthy on your terms, and live a big life. What are you waiting for? Let's get to it. On today's episode, it is just me. It is Katie. It's a quick little solo episode where I share 3 words that are so simple but will have such a profound effect on your journey of learning to love yourself. Dive on in. Hello and welcome back. In today's episode, I want to talk about something that is really near and dear to my heart. This is something that a couple of our guests have mentioned already. I'm hearing it in a lot of conversations. I've been talking to my clients about it. And it's just a really integral part of any sort of transformation process. And that is using curiosity. So today we are talking curiosity. Now you may think like, what the heck does curiosity have to do with self-love? I don't see the connection. Here's the thing. It has a lot to do. One of my mentors, when I was doing my very first coaching training, she used to say, you can't be curious and judgmental at the same time. It doesn't even make sense. That's not how our brains work. Being curious is being open, is wondering, is, being receptive to new ideas, a new way of doing things. Being judgmental means you've already made a decision. You have already decided that something is some way and you are closed off to it. So when we are in this place of being constantly critical of ourselves, constantly judgmental of ourselves, when that inner critic is really winning, when it's really, really loud, simply bringing in curiosity can do so much, because what you are really doing, what you are saying to yourself, what you are showing yourself is that you're not closed off. You have not actually decided that this is how it is. You're going, oh, I wonder. And even though this might seem like sort of a basic thing to do, let me tell you, it is really, really, really impactful. I had one client last year who I worked with for a few months, and this was something that we talked about right at the beginning. To be honest, it's something that I talk about with most of my one-on-one clients near the beginning of our journeys together, because it is such a big thing. And it seems small, but the thing is that you keep coming back to it again and again and again. And as you step through this journey of being, really self-critical, really judgmental to, everybody's journey is different, but generally it goes from that to being open-minded, to being sort of neutral. And then you can start seeing your positives and really feeling sort of this love and kindness and compassion for yourself. But throughout that journey, you're going to have little hiccups. You're going to have places where you jump ahead. You're going to have places where maybe you feel like you're falling a bit behind. But this curiosity will come up again and again and again. And this one particular client, I remember we did some weekly coaching for a long time. And then it was a couple months later, we were having like a follow-up call. And she was asking me about this one particular situation she was in. And I said, well, how's that how's that curiosity mindset going for you? And she went, oh, yeah. And it just brought it right back in. And, when I checked in with her next time, she said it made such a difference. Simply going, oh, isn't that interesting? I'm reacting in this way. Isn't that interesting? I've made this assumption about myself. Isn't that interesting? I have labeled myself as wrong. I have labeled myself as too much or too loud. I have decided that this is bad. Isn't that interesting? I wonder where that came from. I wonder whose voice it is in my head being critical. That's another one. Sometimes the voice in our head really is our own voice. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it might be our mothers, our grandmothers, family, friends, siblings. But, whose voice is in my head? Who is really being critical here? Is this something I still want to consciously choose going forward? Isn't that interesting? And again, when we come at our challenges, when we come at this self-love journey with this curiosity, with this openness, it is just such a game changer. It's such a game changer. So I would really encourage you, wherever you happen to be on this journey, maybe you are at the very beginning and you are not quite sure how to start. Maybe you are right in the middle and you're actively doing the work. Maybe you actually feel like you have a pretty solid relationship with yourself, but you still get these sort of nagging thoughts, these demons that come up every once in a while. I would really encourage you to use curiosity. Just that sentence. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? This is something I still use on a very regular basis. I always like to say that I am on this journey as well. That's why I created this podcast. That is why we're here. Like, I do this because this is my journey as well. I am maybe just a few steps ahead of some other people. So I have some knowledge, some wisdom, and I've done a lot of training to really help others along this path as well. But this is still something that I use on a very regular basis. Isn't it interesting that I'm making this choice for myself? Isn't it interesting that I'm making this assumption for myself? Isn't it interesting that I've decided I am bad for doing this? So I'm really just going to leave you with that. Wherever you are on this journey, try bringing in curiosity. If there's one thing that you can try that takes, not that much effort, no money, and really just some mindfulness and some presence and some consciousness, it's curiosity. So use that sentence, isn't that interesting? And jump on in. Here's to loving yourself. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. If you want more tips, motivation, inspiration, and a little bit of tough love from time to time, hop on over to Instagram and follow me there. I'm Katie Allen Coaching. Also, same on Facebook. Thank you for being here. Here is to loving and accepting yourself unconditionally. You deserve it.